The Bold and the Beautiful Spoilers. Monday, November 10th, 2025. Sheila's gushing gratitude, Taylor's moral dilemma, and the villain's next move. The Bold and the Beautiful keeps tightening its grip on the emotional and psychological stakes, and Monday's, November 10th, 2025, episode promises to deliver all the tangled intensity that fans have come to expect. We're stepping into a world of gratitude that's too intense to be healthy, loyalty that's cracking under pressure, and choices that could redefine relationships across the board. Let's break down what's coming to Los Angeles as old wounds, awkward encounters, and moral crossroads collide in one suspenseful hour. 1. The unnerving nature of Sheila Carter Sharp's eternal gratitude. Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, is never simple to read. Gratitude from her always carries a layer of danger. Her current obsession is with Taylor Hayes' Rebecca Budig, whom she now credits for saving her marriage, to Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon. Fans have watched her cling to this sense of devotion, gushing to anyone who will listen about Taylor's kindness and compassion. But beneath that effusive thankfulness lies something more unstable, an attachment that borders on fixation. At first, Sheila's emotional flood seemed almost sincere. She truly believed Taylor had given her a second chance at life, a clean slate she'd long been denied. But lately, her gratitude has shifted tone. Her constant need to proclaim it, to make Taylor the center of her moral rebirth, feels like the kind of obsession that only Sheila can turn into something dark and possessive. The irony is that Taylor, a psychiatrist who should recognize unhealthy fixation when she sees it, can't quite figure out how to set a boundary without triggering something worse. Sheila's gratitude might just be her newest weapon, a way to keep Taylor close while subtly controlling the emotional space between them. And while Deacon stands at her side, smiling that slightly too cheerful grin, one can't help but wonder if he's masking guilt. His eyes linger too long on Taylor. His jokes land too nervously. There's a sense that he's performing, that his happy husband act is just camouflage for a secret that could implode everything. 2. Taylor Hayes' awkward encounter, gratitude with a side of guilt. In the Monday preview clip, Taylor finds herself back at Il Giardino, the very place where half the town's secrets seem to unravel. This time, she's cornered by Sheila's avalanche of appreciation. The therapist stands frozen, torn between professional courtesy and personal discomfort, as Sheila practically worships her for bringing light into her life. It's an excruciating moment for Taylor, whose ethics and emotions have been stretched thin lately. Deacon, standing beside his wife, offers nothing but a goofy, toothy grin, but it's the kind of grin that says, "Please don't say anything." Taylor, meanwhile, is the picture of internal conflict. She knows Sheila's gratitude comes with strings. Every word of praise makes Taylor feel more complicit, more entangled in the chaos she tried to prevent. There's also the gnawing truth that Deacon's reunion with Sheila might not be as genuine as it looks. Taylor can sense the tension between them, and her eyes tell the story. She knows something's off. This awkward public encounter raises a dangerous possibility. If Sheila ever learns that Taylor and Deacon share a secret, emotional or otherwise, this gratitude could flip into vengeance in seconds. Sheila's love has always been the prelude to destruction. 3. Deke Sharp's moral dilemma, love versus betrayal. Meanwhile, Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, faces an emotional crisis that mirrors his father's, torn between loyalty and self-respect. From the beginning, his relationship with Remy Price has been complex, but now it's crumbling due to lies and humiliation. Remy's deepfake of Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, has left Deke shaken. It wasn't just the violation of Electra's image, it was the betrayal of trust. Deke genuinely fell for Remy, believing in his creative charm and vulnerability, only to realize that the man he loved weaponized technology to hurt someone else. Remy's excuse that he was acting out of pain, loneliness, or jealousy only goes so far. For Deke, intent doesn't erase impact. The humiliation, the deception, and the moral rot of it all weigh on him. And yet, Part of him still wants to believe that Remy can change, that the man who shattered boundaries can rebuild them. The problem? Remy's apologies sound satisfactory, but Deke's looking for something more tangible. Therapy promises are cheap in Los Angeles. Action is what counts. If Remy can't back up his remorse with real accountability, Deke may decide that forgiveness isn't enough. Still, Deke's struggle is human, painfully so. How do you turn away from someone you love, even after they've done something unforgivable? His story this week isn't about heroism. It's about the quiet agony of realizing love doesn't always make you safe. 4. Remy Price's isolation, the last friend standing. If Deke walks away, Remy Price will have no one left but Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. Once he had a circle. Deke's affection, Elektra's attention, and a handful of allies who saw something redeemable in him. Now his world shrunk to a prison cell and Luna's uneasy friendship. Their dynamic is messy. Luna is no saint herself. Her own moral compass has been spinning wildly since the Will Spencer, Crew Morrow scandal broke. She's haunted by guilt, trapped behind bars, and desperate for human connection. When Remy turns to her, she responds not as a voice of reason, but as a fellow survivor trying to rewrite her narrative through his. The danger here is codependency. Luna's influence on Remy could turn catastrophic if he starts following her advice. She might mean well, but her desperation for freedom clouds her logic. If she tells Remy to fight for Deke, she might not mean apologize sincerely. She might intend to manipulate Remy through a grand gesture, a public plea, or an out-of-control action. Remy's loneliness makes him vulnerable to reckless decisions. The distinction between redemption and relapse has become increasingly blurred. 5. Luna Nozawa's horrifying discovery. Speaking of Luna, she's about to face her nightmare. A prison guard shows her a new social media post featuring Elektra Forrester and Will Spencer. The two are posing together, looking happy, glowing even, the kind of public image Luna no longer has access to. It's not just jealousy, it's humiliation. Luna realizes the world has moved on without her. That Will, the man tied to the scandal that ruined her, is living freely while she rots behind bars. It's a breaking point moment. This discovery reignites her desperation to escape, to claw her way back to relevance, freedom, and dignity. Her next steps could be dangerous, a mix of impulsivity and fear driving her to seek allies or exploit the system, whether that means manipulating Remy, contacting outside help, or attempting something far riskier. Luna's about to make a move that could redefine her story arc entirely. 6. The bigger picture, villains, victims, and the thin line between. Monday's episode seems small on the surface. A few conversations, one awkward lunch, a personal dilemma. But beneath the stillness, the show is setting up something bigger. Every moment of gratitude, guilt, and desperation is building toward a collision. Sheila's obsession is escalating rapidly. Deacon's secrets are close to exposure. Taylor's ethics are unraveling. Deke's heartbreak could drive him toward his father's worst impulses. Remy's isolation could breed a new villain. Luna's desperation could spark chaos that spills far beyond the prison walls. Each storyline reflects the bold and the beautiful's core themes: redemption, deception, and the fragile boundary between love and obsession. Monday's episode might end quietly, but the emotional tremors it sets off will echo across November. The real storm isn't Sheila's gratitude or Luna's discovery. It's the moral fallout that's coming when all these secrets collide in the open. 7. Final thoughts, the calm before another explosion. As fans prepare for Monday's installment, one thing is clear. Everyone in this tangled web is lying to others or themselves. Sheila's gratitude hides control. Taylor's silence hides guilt. Deacon's grin hides deceit. Deke's hesitation hides heartbreak. Luna's friendship conceals a cry for assistance. By the end of the episode, the distinction between villain and victim will become blurred once more. The bold and the beautiful thrives on moral tension, And this week's storylines prove why. Sometimes the most dangerous emotions aren't hate or anger, but love twisted into something unrecognizable.